Okay. Good afternoon, Radio and good afternoon, fellow Black African people. Good afternoon, fellow students here. I'm saying fellow students because I'm a student of life. This afternoon, I will be speaking blackologically, saying we are in the Black History Month, so it becomes absolutely essential to commence the lecture this afternoon by first and foremost alluding to the Blackological thought, that is, the ultimate redemption of the Black African people, their cultures, their institutions, cannot be securely manageable without the total manageable ingenuity of the Black African woman, because it is from the Black African woman that a nation emerges, because it is from the Black African woman that the Black king emerges, because it is from the Black African woman that a compromising solution emerges. Therefore, the Black African woman must not be viewed as a patronizing philanthropist, but as a frontline architect of the African nation's redemption from the evils of the universe. Based on this Blackological thought, I wish to introduce my syllabus and also go through with you the objective of our syllabus this semester. We are going to be talking about the history of African American. That will be history 300. That is course number history 300, HIS 300. And the course philosophy is that nothing can stop us from passing the course if only we do what it requires us and seek assistance from our professor, Dr. Amon M.D. Salih, when we do not understand. For no student might be left behind. I'm not quoting George W. Bush. I'm quoting blackologically for no student, no Black student supposed to be left behind. And in fact, teaching is not to fail. They're not the philosophy of knowledge gaining. Okay, so the course syllabus commences March 24, 2015, this afternoon. I want you to go through your syllabus as I read, and so that we can be aware of what I'm teaching you this semester. This African American Upper Division History course is a survey of the African diaspora from 1502 to the present. It traces the diaspora of people and people of African ancestry, East Asia, America, like Dr. Ben Solomon, would try to locate Black African people all over the world. Black African people in South Asia, Black African people in North America, Black African people in Europe. So this is why this course will be talking about, to locate our people. The objective of this course includes students to the historiographic of the African diaspora and the historic methods used by historians, Blackological historians, to write the current history of our people, our story. The concept of history is actually, you're talking about imperialist concept of actually engaging yourself to past events. But if you say our story, Black people's story, this is the one that I'm going to be teaching you, our story. Number two, to include critically analyze ideas and issues about the universality of African people, their history, their state, their institution, since 1502. This is the reason why I read to you the blackological thought in the context of the ultimate retention of Black African people, their culture, their institution cannot be securely manageable without the total manageable ingenuity of the Black African woman, because it is from the Black African woman that a nation emerges, because it is from the Black African woman that the African king emerges, because it is from the Black African woman that a compromising solution emerges. Therefore, the Black African woman must not be viewed as a patronizing philanthropist, but as a frontline architect of Black African nations' redemption from the evils of the universe. Back to our topic, syllable objective, to examine challenges faced by Black African people, African descent, in the New World for in North America, okay, from 1502, and to develop an understanding of their responses as enslaved, seaman, free, eventually an independent people and nation. This is our objective, to determine, okay, to analyze, to critically evaluate how our people go through the excruciating circumstances, the excruciating pain from the hands of man, evil people. Now, coming out of that excruciating circumstances emerge great people like W.B. Du Bois, like Professor Walter Cross, like Dr. Abraham D. Sali from the motherland, like Modibo Keita, Sheikh Anta Diop, Dr. John Henry Clark, Chancellor William, Dr. Ben Steadman. All the great people emerge from the experience of our historic existence. Therefore, we who are young, relatively young Black scholars must always emulate our great ancestors who have joined the ancestral core and who are still here with us. Okay? Based on that, we want to say that student responsibility. I want to give you your responsibility for this syllable. And of course, you have yours to read. You have to evaluate it as a read, you mark, do your contact points, so to see some of the areas that I'm expanding on, that I'm strongly pinpointing out so that you can remember to do your homework. When I say to the library, I don't subscribe to internet research. Nothing wrong with it, but I want you to go to Library of Congress. I want you to go to Blackological Library Research. Okay, I want you to read some of our books. I want you to travel from here to far because your vacation time. You're going to Europe. You're going all over here. I want you to spend gaining your knowledge. Go anywhere that Black people live and evaluate them and examine them. Okay, don't just sit down www and get on the internet and give me some of the European product as opposed to knowledge of Black African people. To gain knowledge from us, it's not an easy thing to sit down on the internet and get on the www. No, Black African people who believe in sweat and blood, gaining knowledge. You have to get on your feet and go from door to door, go from library to library, go from farm to farm, village to village, possible, to do your evaluation, so to see where our people are living. Okay, so, excuse me, I'm not going to bother with that. Evaluation, both announced and unannounced exam will be given, even though that's what I said, but I cannot give you any assessment My teaching does not based on challenging your knowledge. So I do not even base my test, what they call test. I don't test you. I evaluate you. I assess you. So my assessment will not be thing that I will sneak upon you. No, I will inform you. I'm going to give you outlines, and so that from your outline is my teaching note. From that teaching note, it becomes your study guide. That's my philosophy of teaching. Black and white philosophy of teaching. We teach our people to be independent scholar, so that you can learn. We all learn together. So I'm not going to leave you hanging there to just look for X. No, no, no. I always show you how this so-called X started, so that you can develop your own X. Maybe it will not even be an X. It will be your Y. It will be your Z. Okay, so we have to change the dynamic, the European dynamic of teaching. The thing that teaching black African people is to challenge them, and because the terminology fail. You don't teach to fail. Teaching is not to fail. We teach you to know. That's a European people competitive analysis on devaluing your knowledge assessment by saying that you fail, you pass. We all pass or we all fail in the European understanding. But for us, our black African people, we all pass. That's how I teach. Okay? Based on that, we want to get back on the syllabus so that you can understand what is required of you this semester. If the student misses an assessment, he or she might have a written verification. Whenever you are unable to come to class, contact me, contact my teaching assistant. Okay, give your note to one of your friends to give it to me. This is the reason why the syllabus have my information on it. Dr. Amo MD Selly, before and after class, and all by appointment. Leave messages. Email address is here. Okay, my time is here. Time to visit me Monday, 5:45 p.m., 9:45 p.m. I'm in class by that time. My number there, my office information is there. I'm closed. I'm gone for lunch. I'm in the library. I'm working with students. So it is necessary that you inform me. Now, during my assessment, during my evaluation, I gave 5 assessments, what you call tests, what you call quizzes. I gave 5 of them prior to May turn. Why am I doing this? I'm giving you this series of evaluations, this series of assessments for rainy day. What am I saying? If I give you 5 assessments, and the 6th will be your midterm exam, something unfortunately happened to you that you have to leave, i.e., you sick, or your parents something wrong with them, or your child is not well, or you have to take your baby to the hospital. Okay. Now, during that, if you return why midterm have been given, I have to submit grades for you. I will not fail you like European people have instructed their teachers to do because you make the midterm. Therefore, you cannot be sent a grade into the registrar office. I do not do that. This is the reason why I give you first evaluation, second evaluation, third evaluation, fourth evaluation. The fifth will be the midterm. Now, you didn't take the midterm. What about all the assessment? What about all the evaluation? What about all the other one you did? You have to pass the thing. I have to send you a grade. Now, when you come back for formality, you take the midterm because the midterm is going already. Okay, but you have to complete my record that you start for the midterm. When you come back, I will give you your evaluation. I will give you a study guide to take it so that you can be on record. But otherwise than that, you did well in the first assessment, the second assessment, the third assessment. I cannot throw those grades away because those are things that are in the syllabus. So this is the modern way of teaching. Give them series of evaluation, give them series of self-actualization, examination, let them go and study, let them watch videos about black people, about technology, so they can come and write their own perspective oral examination, because this is why it entails in my syllabus. All students supposed to do presentation. Now I will write the topic and I give it to you, and you select it and go and write it. We have books. We got Black Elijah, we got books here. These are books that you can use to do your research in. Anybody that get topic to, the topic is in here. So you just come to our office, go to the general library, and then specifically, if a topic is relevant to Blackology, come to Blackology library, and you will have everything there. You will have some theses that you can take to evaluate, to footnote, to reference that. So we have everything here. Our institution is to uh, give you the knowledge so that you can be empowered. We believe in self-autonomy, so that you can be an independent scholar. We are not here to fail. Our European people have always said that give them tests, give them quizzes, give them examination, they fail. Those languages are not in the Black Ecological Institution. We do not test you. We do not examine you. We give you assessment to just give out what we give you in addition to what you have to give us. This is a intellectual center. We are all grown up, we are all black people, we have self-determination, but yet that we are lucky, we thank our ancestors to have put it in together so that we can teach you all. Not that we know it all, we do not. But we all don't have to sit here. But one day when you will be sitting here, lecturing me, I'll be sitting down there listening to my product. That our God, our ancestors entail us to do. So based on that, I'm going to say that the development of our institution in the context of black history that we're talking about in the syllable is that all in our life we believe that the concept of belief is that we have been culturally conditioned, okay, to follow what people tell us. You see, this is our problem as black African people. We are good at listening, digesting, regurgitating what people impart in us, but we are not good at internally initiating, actually listening, regurgitating what somebody of your type telling you. But if the white person came here, if somebody out of your race, somebody out of your kind come in, you will be attentive to them as opposed to somebody of your type, of your kind. I have seen it. I travel all over the world. I'm in Liberia right now, my country of nativity. I can see it. But you know, I can't blame you. I believe I was like that before. I may not be conscious of my upbringing at that time. But I believe that one time within my lifetime, I succumbed to that philosophy, that marginalized philosophy, that frightening philosophy, that succumbing philosophy, that giving up philosophy. One day, consciously or subconsciously. But I cannot believe positively that I ever succumbed to Europeanization, with the exception of the fact that I went to the Quranic school. Maybe I was Arabized as opposed to Africanized in the context of Islam, because I was taught the Arabic way. But my intellectual capability has taught me that as African people, black African people, who cannot be Arabized, who cannot be Islamized. That is why our ancestors, our elders are not actually telling us. They teach us the Islamic, Arabic way of African intervention into the Islamic doctrine. That is the wrong thing. Like even the Western perspective, they want to teach you the Pope philosophy of teaching, Constantine philosophy of teaching, Julius Caesar philosophy of teaching. But why you can't teach the black logical way? Why you can't make me black Pope? Why I can't speak to my people the way black African people talk? So blackology has taught us, well, We have taught ourselves well. The ancestors I have, my brother and I, Professor Walter Cross and Dr. Salif, to teach ourselves and from God to our ancestors to also impact the knowledge in us. We have come to the realization that the only way we can impact knowledge in our people is to tell them the truth. To tell them the truth. It is hard. Change is difficult. Change has enemies. But when it comes in many ways. Okay, it comes retroactively, it comes retrogressively, it comes progressively. So transformation is not always positive. Transformation can be negative or positive. So in our learning system in the Black Ecological Center, we want for all our people to go to progressive atmosphere in the context of transforming our institution to higher heights. However, indeed, we have to educate our people to be pro-Black nationalistic, pro ourselves. We are not saying you can be somebody else, but the person to whom you are might be progressive thing to institutionalize our minds and body and soul to be ourselves. We can't go out of ourselves. It's just impossible for me. I'm too old to be somebody else. So I can't teach you Europeanization. Then I'm perpetuating the same dichotomy that we were taught. Like what Australia University, personally, they gave me the European books. I accepted. I teach you your European courses. You are paying for it. Then I teach you their lies. You pay for it. Then I teach you the fact. So that's the reason why when you come to Blackology Institute, you're doing one course with various knowledges acquired within that course. Because we accept everybody. You can come from a Christian background, come from Islamic background, Buddhist background, you can come from any other thing, Jewish background, whatsoever the situation is. You come to us, we teach you your Jewish doctrine, we teach you your Pentecostal doctrine, we teach you your Black American doctrine, we teach you your Christian doctrine. Because so many things that you're going away. This is the reason why Blackology, we are challenging our fellow Black African people who have come from European center of thought to come so that we can have a dialogue. There's a cliche that when you come from the European school, you're smarter. And the smarter, when you say smarter, that is a psychology degree in grammar now. Smarter. That means when you say smarter, you have to be smarter than. But who are they smarter than? I mean, I can't see them. So we want them to have a dialogue with us amicably, respectfully, because we are all Black people. We're not against one another. But they just evaluate one another. You see, European doctrine is into all of us. But who can they actually tell who they are Black African people? They are where we win. Black actually wins. Because we can tell them about white folks, Black people, we can tell them about European Black people, Africanized Black people, then we can tell them pro-Black people, nationalistic Black people. We can tell them we don't know. So what I'm saying in essence is that Blackology is a organic and natural institution where Black African people, even European people, white people need to come and get to know themselves. Because my teaching in race relations, conflict management, international relations, Black studies have taught me over the years that racism actually is a way of the West. I mean, I'm talking about European concept, a non-Black concept, a non-Asian concept. It has to be European concept. And there are serious school of thoughts that denotes the thought process that the reason why European people are racist, are so prejudiced, even though prejudice is natural because it's into all of us, but European people are so prejudicious in everything they do because the harm that they have done to other people. They're walking, looking on their shoulders. They are afraid of vengeance. And then this is the reason why they are just afraid of you, because they wonder why I treated these people like that over the years, and I'm still hanging around, and then they are still looking like me as their friends. You see, this is a great deal of Black people. You heard us, who still live with you. And you will die based on your own conscience. You see, that's the thing about the number. I do not believe in the non-violent philosophy of Dr. King, But deeply, when you listen, when you sit down calmly, and you hire yourself a Malcolm a day, you'll see that non-violent actually work, but it has a painful repercussion. I mean, how can you wait for you to be beating, punching your mouth, telling the other chief, your jaw all messed up, then later on, when they get tired beating you, then they interval, then that one is a non-violent way because they start beating me. They themselves stop because they got tired. If you order to keep me down under the water, you have to be down there with me. You see, so the reason why the gap between beating you, torturing you, is that the man who is inflicting the injury in you, he or she is tired. So that does not mean that God's intervention or non-violent working. No, he just tells the dogs are biting, tired biting you. But this is what the reason why Malcolm X said that we should obey the laws, we should follow the philosophy, we should follow the policy. But if somebody lay their hands on you, I mean, you have to report him to the secretary. You see, I believe in that philosophy. Okay? I believe in the philosophy. We don't go about hating anybody. So they call the African American history course here is about empowering you. It's not about giving homage or giving respect to the Middle Passage, giving respect to triangular slave trade. I'm not compromising on that. I'm telling you so that you can reflect the painful past, not to give up, that not to befriend your slave masters. I'm not saying that. But I'm not also saying that you detest him some way that you want to go after him. No. But I want you to progress so that you can say, well, a long time ago, I suppressed that man, but the man has emerged. The man has been raising up better than me. So I want them to actually be walking like the walking dead because they thought we couldn't make it. But God made us flesh. We were the first species on the face of the earth. And this is the message that we have told over and over our people. And Ben Salman told all Sheikh Andrew Diab to most of the black scholars to all that we were the first. And we were young when we had that. We have grown up, we have written books about that, the origin of humanity. Now, if you look at the map, European people designed the map, then they got all down south. How can you be the first and you down the hill? This will be up there at the top, but we didn't design it. We did not design it, just like Jesus Christ situation. You see? So, in essence, ladies and gentlemen, fellow brothers and my students, our lecture this semester we're based on facts. We're based on the actual experience of us and of our people. We will be having a dialogue. That's my philosophy. You're not going to be sitting down, somebody else lecturing, and you enjoying the essence of the lecture. I want you to interact. I want you to contribute. I want you to speak because there will come a time that you will have to do in-class presentation. I'm going to give you a topic, and in this topic you have to develop it. 5 pages with APA stars, and the back cover you have to put your name down from you to Dr. Sally, the date, and then you put your topic there. The reason why I want you to do that, after you have finished the course, the next session, before you make a mistake, you repeat the course because people can come. The first course is so enjoyable. But one thing about teaching, they are interwoven. They intertwine. Session 1 can be sound like session 2. That was our people so smart. But we know that you are not done session 1 yet. But if you do session 1, you will go through session 2 easily. If you do session 2, you can't do session 1 because you have to do session 1. They get a systematic arrangement of our institution here. So you can fool us by articulating session 1 very well, then we assume that you have done session 2. You have to show your course guideline, you have to show your transcript, you have to show your score. So to do, oh, this is 101, or this is 102, this is 103. You have to do that. So if nothing else, I will once again get back to the other syllabus because we are doing 2 courses this semester at the institution. So first, I told you about the African American history that we'll be doing. Then the second phase of our topic here will be Sociology 300. Sociology 300 is about the sociology of the third world nations. Now, if you talk about third world nation, it's another European definition of black people, colored people, all over the world. When you are not economically strong, they put you in a category. Okay, they got the first war, the third war, the second war, the third war, the fourth war, and then they had the fifth war. Not matter of fact. Okay, the Soviet Union used to be the second war because they were competitive war power to America. America is the first war now. Okay, now Great Britain joining, stuff like that. They are all white people. America considered the first world nation. Uh, 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 England, Great Britain, all of that, they are first world nation based on the strength of the economics and the economic indicators. Okay, now the second war is supposed to have been the Soviet Union, but now the former Soviet Union, the former Russian Republic, they are changing. Now that nation is between second and third world. You see, now we used to be the third world, like African people, European, people in Great Britain, Brazil, South America, and things like that. We are considered third world. But because of marginalization and exploitation, people like Liberia in particular used to be one of the first war within African continent, but now we are not even that. Okay, Liberia because other exploitation, wars, and diseases and catastrophe. We are maybe fifth war in essence. Okay, so those are all European division of the continent. Okay, so when you talk about the First War, you talk about America. When you talk about the Second War, you talk about the Soviet Union. When you talk about the Third War, you talk about Africa. When you talk about Fourth War, now you're talking about the peripheral of marginalized people like Haiti, Bangladesh, other Third World nations that they think the U.S. currency are higher than their GDP, great development. Okay, great the national development program that they have. So the thing that because the U.S. currency is advanced, got you to think that you cannot reach to part of that. That when they brought the euro. Now they say the euro is higher than the U.S. currency, and that I have not evaluated yet because I don't know how other currency can be valuable than other people. I don't understand that because you have to have a product to accommodate your currency. And if you don't have the material accessibility to support what you develop in the context of currency, your currency is devalued, is useless, like what we have in other third world nations. But it is prestigious, it is self-autonomous to have your own money. That's self-empowering. That I support that, to have your own money. But in order to maintain your own money, you have to have the resources to defend it. Okay, but the fact that you want to compare your currency with other European currency, that way I differ. That way I question our African leaders, our third world leaders, because your currency, you should have value for it, you have respect for it, you should support it, you should back it up. If you do that, you don't care about the U.S. currency, euro, or whatsoever. I don't care. But it's not like that in my country, land of nativity, Liberia. We value the US dollars from past to present, and then we have our own local currency, it's useless, and we are just confused, we can't manage it, it fluctuates arrogantly. I mean, we don't know, but we'll get there. We're not giving up. Blackologists, we try to help our people, to motivate them. Now, most of my students were asking me that, yeah, been a couple of semesters, we have not been seeing you. Where have you gone? Where have you been? We'll miss you in classes, we'll miss your lectures, and some are waiting. We are not graduated yet. We want you to come and teach these courses, which are in philosophy, black religion, black law, black spirituality, and all of those courses that you want me to come and teach. But Blackology made the way that we had to spread over the world. In 2010, 2011, September 11, I was called by my people in Liberia and Blackology to go and help continental university. So every semester I go there and lecture and come back. So I try to transition that equitably. Sometimes you're listening, but psychology is spreading, trying to take the message out to our people. We have almost 200 students in Continental University, probably Liberia, where Professor Walter Crow, hopefully I have a lot of couple of semesters from now, he will be there in lecture and help me to down and graduate my first students group when I was there in 2011. They are still waiting for their commencement. We have their degrees prepared. Psychology right now, we teach at Cornell University. We thank Dr. Edward Lama Wankayo. He's a fellow psychologist and who have helped me, who just got there too, through my advice, to my brother-in-law, he embraced him. And he at Cornell University, he's now the vice president of academic affairs and provost. So he's black nationalist and he's very instrumental. And he and I are working hard at Cornell University. Professor Walter Crow went with us to the Cornell University USID conference in Washington, D.C. last year. And to help Cornell University, we are on the Facebook. And everywhere we go, everywhere psychology go, we are there to develop the people, to help the people. And that's who we are. And so in Cornell University in Liberia in general, I'm there, I'm helping, and I want for psychology to permeate the fabric of our land all over Africa. So that's the base is Cornell University, HUAPN at the University of Liberia. But when I got there, the policy was there. One Dr. Sakonte, my old friend at Temple University, we all were here in the United States. He wanted me to stay, but he himself, the politics, so they had to transfer into Nigeria as ambassador. So that situation didn't work that semester. And I came back, then went back to Cornell University where I am currently. I was the first vice president for academic affairs for BCTC, Bond Technical College, in Bond County from 2013 to 2014. I have this contract to expire. So hopefully when I return, if need be, I will also help them out because they are our people and I love helping our people. I started collecting books to go to BCTC and while I'm helping to intellectually strengthen my institution, Cornell University, my department, African Studies, Africana Studies, and Blackology department, and then also try to strengthen Cornell University as a whole. So these are things that Blackology intends to do, and I want Professor Walter Kroll will be taking a sabbatical here to go to Cornell University a couple of semesters from now, but I will be leaving March the 26th back to Cornell University to continue my intellectual contribution, my humanistic contribution to our institution through Blackology. Blackology is expanding. So my students in Cornell University, my fellow faculties, love me a whole lot. I love them. And I will be coming down there with Blackology. Blackology lives forever. Long live Blackology. Long live Professor Walter Cross. Long live Dr. Sully and family. Blackology family. We are there. You call us. These are our messages that we want to spread over the world. That we do not know it all. We learn as we go. And as for me in particular, my brother, Professor Walter Cross, I read opened my eyes. And once a time when I tell him, he said, me too. It's just an equitable love at first sight. I met this brother that my first time in my lifetime. I don't know what have been out of me in America here. I'm from Liberia. I didn't know that I met this brother almost 20 years ago at Brdi University. From that time, we developed career within our life, Blackology, and very unique. This is a very unique institution here. You can't find it, and it's different from other urological studies. There's a distinction between Blackology and all other studies. People do not know. Okay, they're not Pan-African study, they're not Africana study, they're not Afrocentric study. We're not about that. But we embrace that because they're all talking about people. But the uniqueness of Blackology is that it's a scientific study of the evolution of black African people. It's a science that entails our ingenuity, that entails our knowledge, that entails our making up, that entails our development. Okay, that's why God is different. Okay, we make things happen, we invent things. Okay, and we teach it. It's an institution. Okay, so that was different. It's not a theory. It's not just ordinary talking point. No, we teach people, we advance people. It's about us. It's about our beginning. It's about our direction. You see, so that's a distinction between blackologists. So somebody asked me, why is blackologist? A blackologist is the study of the emotion of black African people in their culture. It's a perpetuated utilization of belief, concept, notion of our past and present life experiences. So you have to be there. You have to affirm. You have to attune. You have to confirm. You have to be by, for, and about black African people. These are some of the things. It's not easy to be black in this country. As you know, we are just going through hands up, don't shoot, I can't breathe. These are movement that Blackology is intensifying to be part of. Okay, like we move here for you 1989, we joined the facing up. Black people, police were killing black people in PG country where we live. So my brother and I joined that. We joined the Darfur, Sudan movement. Blackology have done all that. There's no movement that we are capable of participating in. We have not done that. We have done everything. So you who are graduating, you who come into our institution, a blackologist student, and want to be blackologist, it's a commitment. It's not a joke. This is why in Liberia, I wear our blackologist uniform, a t-shirt. People ask me that, why is it that you are not giving us the blackologist t-shirts? I said, blackologist t-shirts, it's not just ordinary t-shirts that you wear, passing your peace, and this and that. No. It's a nation that you're wearing. It's a commitment. It's an obligation. It's an academic. It's a cultural outfit. It's a cultural attire. You don't just wear it for you to be black. You have to be about it. You have to be face a challenge. You have to be willing to be challenged. You have to be willing to defend it intellectually. We're not about brutality. We're not about it. No. You have to be able to explain, articulate the significance of what you're wearing. You don't want to wear it. They will ask you, what is that? You can't explain it. No. So while you're going through the studies, when you reach to the time wearing, you got a black belt, yellow belt, this and that. When you get the time that you wear the t-shirt, then I have to have a confidence in you that when you are graduating, you wear the t-shirts. Actually, that means that you are an alum of the Blackology Institute. That means that I can relax. You walk from your Bama, you walk from your Barovia, you walk from your to Sanoye, you walk from your Paraguay, and anybody stop you and ask you, you ready to tell them straight out. You don't have to be scratching your head. No, this is the reason why I'm not been certified to give you the t-shirt for you to just wear as a dress, as a t-shirt. That's not it. It's an emblem. It's symbolic. It's an atonement reconciliation. It's an attire. It's an African attire. It's a black attire. It has meaning. So you can't just wear it like you feel wearing it. You see, Blackology or anybody, Blackology teacher, anybody, it's a graduate. Okay? He into the architect of the knowledge. So Blackology is a scientific study. It's not the urological study hanging around it. It's not about, because first of all, we don't own sociology, we don't own psychology, we don't own most of the political science institutions. European people own that. But Blackology is owned by black people. It's for us, it's by us, and of us. Okay? So Professor Watson Cross is a father, is a founding father of Blackology. And he will be coming with me in Liberia. Of course, I will leave him behind to get set up. Because after the Ebola now, Ebola come, thank God, the World Health Organization and CNN to articulating yesterday, like the 2%, and the military medical people will be withdrawing. And but President Obama once again he said that he wants to see 0% in Africa, and that's a good thing. And that's a good thing. So we thank God. And this class is about generosity. I mean, we talk from all points. You leave from class, you leave with knowledge. You can't fail to respond to anything. Religion, whatsoever, you can leave Blackology class, you are prepared for the job. People ask me, when you graduate from Blackology, what do you do? Well, you can be an international worker. You can work with the United Nations. You can work at conflict management. And in fact, what you need to know is that as an agriculturalist, you can be doing agriculture in your institution getting a degree in psychology, you are a black agriculturist. You can be an electrician in your institution. You graduate from psychology, you are a black electrician. You can be a science student biology, come from psychology, you are a black psychologist. I mean, a biologist. Okay, so that's the thing that you need to know. While you're learning, while you're taking, that's who you are. You can be a white chemist. You can be a white biologist. You come to a blackology, while you're taking a black person, that's who you are. That's the knowledge of blackness. Then you can express it in Europe and learn it from the European and use it appropriately in the services of your people. So there's a reason why we black people have invented a whole lot of black contribution to the development of humanity, to the development of science. So we didn't know that our blackology teachers. So in conclusion, I want to say that this afternoon it has been a joyous occasion for me to once again come and introduce you our syllabus this semester and to also give you some overview of my mission. Some of the reasons why I have not been with you in series of semesters. Because I told you that Blackology is on the move. Sooner or later, our president and CEO, Professor Walter Crowe, will be making a move to come and see what Blackology is doing in Liberia, West Africa. And so I'm going to prepare him to come and graduate our people, and so that they can be empowered and can go out there and help out to spread the message and educate our people.
You too?
Yeah.
All right.
So thank you very much. Go home and do your research and go home and read, and we'll be doing our perspective next time we meet. Thank you very much.
All right. I'm coming in. I'm going to switch with you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. This is blackologist Professor Cross coming to you from Fort Washington, Maryland, along with my brother, Dr. Amos Muhammad Daluk Sirleaf, two kindred spirits. We're working for the justice, redemption, advancement of our people, and the redevelopment of Black African culture. Blackology is an intellectual science. We began our research together at Prairie View A&M University in 1986.
That's right.
We've been working diligently every day to build this field of study so that we will be able to have an intellectual cultural science of our own. As Dr. Sirleaf stated earlier, we do not own sociology, psychology, anthropology, paleontology. We don't own Egyptology. We don't own any of the colonial fields of studies.
That's right.
In the evolution of Black culture, it is now time for Blackology and for Black people to have their own body of knowledge. You cannot be number one with anyone else until you are number one with yourself.
That's right. That's so.
This is Blackologist Dr. Sirleaf and Blackologist Cross coming to you from the Black diaspora within the United States.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good. That's great. That's great, bro. Tough man. Tough man.
All right. Now, was we good enough in there to see us?
Okay.
So far back, I think we was. Stop. Okay, now we're gonna save this one here. And then we're gonna review it, and then you can see what we did.